Are you currently in a relationship that makes you question yourself? Maybe you used to be confident, you used to be secure, but in this relationship, you're overthinking. You feel unsafe, and probably it's because you're dating someone avoidant. As you know, I'm a therapist and used to be avoidant, and in this video, I'm going to explain that the problem here, it's not you. The problem is the dynamic of the relationship when you date someone avoidant. And it's something new, it's something difficult to understand, to implement. And it's what we'll discuss today in this video, how you can feel yourself again, how you can build that secure base and figure out whether you can have a healthy relationship with this partner. So what happens when we date an avoidant? The thing is, avoidant, first of all, they fear emotional dependence, they fear intimacy. So when we want to connect, when we want to build that relationship, they push us away a little bit. And what happens is when they withdraw, that would trigger automatically that feeling of being rejected, insecure, right? And that's why maybe if you dated secure people before, it's kind of new. You know, I'm not used to being in love with someone, knowing that that person is in love with me and having this person reject me at the same time. That doesn't make sense. And so those mixed signals, those kind of strange behaviors will make you doubt yourself. Because if they react this way, it should be something that I've done. It's probably something that I said. The point is, and that's why a lot of people who are secure start feeling insecure in their relationship, start feeling insecure about themselves, questioning their worth, questioning their actions. I wanted to make this video to explain that it's not so much about you. It's about the dynamic. It's about them. So 3 major behaviors that might be driving you crazy right now. Let me know in the comment section if you find others or if you relate to those. First one is the emotional withdrawal. Again, it feels like I'm invested. I'm here to listen to you. And there's nothing, right? You disappear. You ask for distance. You ask for space. When I want to talk about important things, you shy away. And so that feels like you're abandoning me. You're leaving the boat, right? Another element is the inconsistent communication. Sometimes, very often, at the beginning of a relationship, they are all over you. They want to see you all the time. They over communicate, etc. And sometimes most people tell me like, I haven't asked to speak with them every day, but they really insisted. And then from one day to another, they are inconsistent. You have to run after them, etc. And this push-pull, which is very similar to what I described, is one day I'm fine, I'm super happy to see you, the other day I disappear. And I treat you like you don't matter or you never existed. And that creates this emotional exhaustion because you're like, okay, now we're fine, now we're back together, now we're back to normal, now I feel safe. And then they pull the plug. And you feel like, oh my God, I'm starting back to where I was a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And so over time, when you, on the other hand of those behaviors, you start doubting yourself, you start feeling insecure, and you start being anxious. So again, maybe all your life you had this sense of having a secure attachment style, and maybe when you take the ECR, the as close relationship, what's the E? Stands for close relationship. Maybe you rate as secure, but this relationship, this partner pushes you a little bit towards being an anxious attachment person. And to me, my view is regardless whether you're secure or not, you're always the anxious of an avoidant. Always. So if you are a secure relationship, you will always have tension towards one who will be more avoiding things and the other one being more clinging to things. Always. So it's important to understand why they trigger your insecurities. First element, the unmet needs. Because they don't reciprocate those signs of affection, the emotional connection, you feel I can't get my needs met, my emotional needs, my communication needs, my physical needs, etc. An element of around sensitivity. Again, you might be overthinking, like, again, maybe because like you can be super empathetic, over understanding, and start thinking like, okay, I must have done something wrong, right? It can't be possible because I know they care about me. They told me I'm someone important. So it must be something I've done. You have to understand this idea of this new paradigm. It's not about you, okay? It is not about you. Maybe put it in the comment section. It's not about me. It's about how they respond. And that's why it's important to learn about attachment style. If you're dating someone avoidant, that doesn't mean that you should not be in a relationship with them. It means that you need to readapt few things, create that secure base so you can work as a team together. And so in the process, you became anxious. So how can we fix it? First of all, you're the chasing reassurance. Because you have inconsistency in their communication, in their behaviors, you feel the need to be reassured. You also need to, sometimes we feel the need to fix the relationship, to fix the partner, right? You create conditions of hypervigilance, right? In the past, when you would text your partner, you text them, you receive something, it's flowing naturally, you don't have to overthink. Now, with this partner, you send something, you're walking on eggshells. You don't know how they will respond, if they would respond. You are scared to ask something, etc., etc. Another element, obviously, when you are in a relationship with someone, maybe you've never felt like this before, but a fear of abandonment. I'm in this relationship, I want things to work out, but at the same time, I'm really scared that from one day to another, he or she would disappear for no reason, for no apparent reason. And another one, obviously, is the cycle of doubt that I discussed throughout this video. You lose confidence in yourself. You lose confidence in the relationship. You lose confidence in the idea that we can work things out. There's also an element of emotional balance. You feel that you overinvest in the relationship, right? And that creates a lot of exhaustion. And a lot of people dating avoidant, they feel a sense of emotional burnout. Right, I'm so invested. I don't feel I get anything in return, and because I'm so invested, like I have no energy level whatsoever. And so sometimes people dating avoidant, they're super understanding at the beginning, empathetic, etc. They want to fix, and at some stage they feel like I've had enough. That's a lot of comments that I see on my videos, like don't waste time dating avoidant. They're the worst, etc. Some of them, yes. Please don't include me in this very caricatural picture. But it's true that it's important for you to also reassess your needs, also reassess how you can communicate more effectively. And that's what we will discuss in a second. So how can you reclaim your secure self? First of all, to recognize the impact of attachment mismatch or the anxious avoidant trap on your emotions. Again, it's not you, it's a bit them, it's the dynamic mostly. Sometimes it's also, you feel the need to find your own coping mechanism, your own self-soothing techniques, so you don't need to rely too much on your partner. Again, it's always a question of balance. If you can't rely on anything on your partner, he or she's not the right partner for you. Let's put it this way. Now, maybe there are things they are not able to give you at this point in time. You have to analyze what they are. You have to see if you can do without this. And you have to see whether you can yourself, or maybe with other social circle, meet those needs. Setting boundaries. So basically it's about like, what's the rule of the game? What are the things I accept? What are the things I don't accept? Maybe you feel the need to go, I'm going to come up with silly examples, to go golfing on Sunday morning. I'm fine with that. But let me know, but text me, but give me a heads up, etc., etc. So just the rules. Like otherwise, you navigate in the dark. You have no clarity, and the problem is when you don't have clarity with an avoidant, you will always suffer because they're unpredictable. So it's about giving a bit of predictability on the behaviors around communications, around plannings, etc., etc. That feeling of insecurity is always situational. So basically, if you have the right setup, if you have the right communication, if you have the right understanding, you can work things out. That's not permanent. It's usually situational because you don't know about attachment style. They probably don't know that they're avoidant. And you're discovering as you go how you can change a little bit the dynamic. Sometimes you change the dynamic, that doesn't work out because the person is so avoidant, so in their own ways of doing, that being in a relationship is going against who they are really, and therefore that's not the right decision to end up in a relationship with them. But you have to do this work to figure this out, because you don't want to give up thinking like, okay, I'm exhausted by this, or I don't want to get back with them, or maybe there's a solution, but it's too painful. Work things out, do your best, and assess if it's going to work out with him or her. Have a look in the description, there's a link to assess whether this avoidant partner has potential to make you happy in this relationship. Now, how can you create that secure base? So that's what I do with my clients. 5 things that you can implement, that you should implement. First element is the emotional safety. So it's about nurturing this element of trust, stability. Everything is underpinning with effective communication, the third one. Rewired attachment pattern. So it's about how you can shift your insecurity around confidence. So it's about reframing those cognitive processes, reframing your thoughts. Effective communication. So it's about how you can be more assertive, also more understanding, explaining things, using I statements, etc. Fourth is around more of the emotional regulation side, is the self-soothing technique. So sometimes he or she would say something or do something that triggers you. It's not against you, right? The problem is that sometimes we take it very personally and we go on the attack and we create this anxious avoidant trap where we sort of escalate the thing, and it's very hard to get out of this. And the strong boundaries, it's about being proactive, creating the right space, the right dynamic to ensure that if it doesn't work out, you're happy leaving the relationship because it's not the right relationship for you. If you establish new, healthy, strong boundaries, you're also telling your avoidant partner that, kind of giving them, sometimes treat them as like a 6-year-old, like, this is the rules of the game. These are the rules of the game. Follow those rules and we'll be happy. Don't follow the rules and I will leave. It's kind of simplistic, but that's kind of how it should be treated. Now, dating an avoidant is challenging, don't get me wrong. The point is not to challenge yourself on who you are or the things that you're doing. It's about learning perhaps a new language. When you're dating someone avoidant, that will create friction, that will create cycle of doubts. That's normal. The point is to understand the patterns, setting the boundaries, reworking on your self-worth if you feel a lack of confidence, if you feel that you're not being treated with respect, and establishing this secure base. You create that secure base, you become the role model of the relationship, and then you assess. Again, I can't tell you whether this relationship or this person is the right person for you. Do the work. That's what I spend my work on with my clients. Like, I can't guarantee you're going to get back with them if you broke up. I can't guarantee you're going to be happy for the next 20 years with them. What I can guarantee is, like, if you create that secure base, if you have the right environment, use the right communication, you pave the way for the ideal relationship. Now, in return, you have to assess whether this person will respond positively or not. No, it's not about compromise, but they need to somehow show you that they can meet some of your needs. If they can't, walk away. They are not the right partner for you. They could be amazing people, and usually they're amazing people because you wouldn't be watching this video, but they're probably not the right partner for you at this point in time in your life. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you want to work with me on creating that secure base, book a call. There are links in the description, and I will see you next time. Take care.